Hi, this is Roni and welcome to my channel. And today's how to kill a kit with style. And I'm going to be scrapping that picture right there of one of my grandsons. And I picked out things out of the kit that I thought I might use. Some I do, some I don't. But I am going to use that paper as the background, and it's that dipped paper and it's got a gray on it, and I'm going to use that side with the peace sign hands. And yeah, it's going to take me a minute to decide which way I wanted it. And I thought about using that, but I decided not to. I will use those two cards there, but I'm going to cut around everything and just use the edges and back my photo so I can have the leftovers for something else later. Hopefully. And yeah, I'm going to kick that one piece out pretty soon. Yeah, probably now. Yeah, and I'm going to leave that other one. And since he has glasses on in the picture and they're all lit up, I decided my title needed to say something like how bright he shines with the glasses and different things. So I went through several thoughts before I came across the one that I'm going to use. And I'm going to remember my wax paper again. I am, because I wasn't sure exactly what would fit where, because of course it's a little bit long title, and I start putting the letters down. It starts out he's, and I thought about putting it across there, but I was planning on using those Altenew letters, and I'm not sure what the red ones are. I don't think they really have a name. I got them off of Amazon and got a package of I think 7 different ones. And yeah, that's my title. He's all lit up with new perspective, and the specs stands for the glasses. I debated whether to put the CT as yellow or just the C, and I thought, well, PerSPECtive, and so I just went specs, because I usually would say spectacles or specs, because I have said that a lot instead of saying glasses. And I thought that'd be cute to have something different there. But yeah, he's all lit up with new perspective, and I will center that there, and it'll center on the dark colored part. It's kind of a grayish brown. It's not exactly 100% brown, but it's not exactly 100% gray either. And the paper behind it's really similar. It's closer to gray than that is, but yeah, I was having a hard time deciding exactly what color it is, and I'm going to end up using some twine that's really close to the color that's in that paper behind the title. And I'm looking at the ephemeras now, because I'm going to pick out what to use on there, and that piece there I am going to use, but I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to give up on the exclamation point. I wanted to put it on there, but it just seemed out of place and didn't fit, and I couldn't figure out how to put it. And you know, looking at it now, I could have put it at the end of perspective if I'd planned ahead, but I thought, well, you know, it's in there, I might as well use it. Oh, that's a blooper ahead. Yes, I am going to have a blooper in a minute, so be prepared. I had to put it on slow-mo so you could see it, but I didn't cut it out. I thought about cutting it out, but I did not cut it out. I'm going to make a banner with the word smile using that twine. And like I said, it's a dark brown. And if you hold it in some light, it kind of looks like a almost black color instead, like a dark gray. But I am thinking it's a dark brown, but it goes really good with that piece of paper. But I am talking on the phone to my brother here, and it does not pay, apparently, for me to talk on the phone and be scrapbooking, because this is where I make my blooper, because I wasn't paying attention. I was talking instead. And I am going to put the smile down, and then when I go to pick it up, it is backwards. Yeah, I went ahead and took it apart before the glue dried. It wasn't because I was trying to hurry up and hide it. It was because I thought I'd get it off before the glue dried because it was still wet and I can turn it around. So I will turn it around and it will be correct. At least I hope it is. Let me look. Yes, it is correct. I looked at the layout and it'll spell smile instead of ELIMS. Whatever. It wasn't correct. It wasn't a word I needed, and so I have to turn it around and make it the word that I need. And that is one good thing about liquid glue. If you hurry up, you can pull it apart. And it didn't look like it affected the twine either, so I just went ahead and used the same twine. But it goes on pretty good once I get it right. And I do just adhere down the letters with the sticky adhesive from the dimensional tape. And I glued down the ends of the twine on the paper, but I didn't glue the parts that was in between the letters. And I started to put glue on there without thinking, but I remembered I wasn't going to put any glue on the twine and stopped. And I'm going to curl that piece right there, and instead of it just hanging out, it was a little long, and I thought, well, I'll just use that to my advantage, have a little different end on here, and just curled it around there. And I am going to look at my layout and think it needs something else. Oh, and I wanted to try to use that exclamation point again, and so I'm looking in here to pull some of those round pieces out. And I did want to use that so rad because the matting on the photo and his shirt and the glasses all have reddish tint to them, and so I pulled out the YOLO just because of the fact that it was blue. And I'm going to tuck that back in there, and I'm going to end up using the bottom part of it down at the bottom of my layout and just turn it over. And I put dimensional tape behind the YOLO, and I'm going to try to use the exclamation point again, but it still don't look right, so I'm gonna find something else to go in that spot. Yeah, it's just not working, not at least not for me. And I sure hope I move my paper up, or you're not going to be able to see me work on the bottom part of there. I'm going to be out of frame. And I guess I just had to rearrange that. I wasn't happy with it. Maybe it wasn't straight. And I pulled out the enamel dots. Oh, I decided to put a gray heart there. I knew I would put something else there, but since it had the gray in the background, I thought, well, that gray heart will work. I thought about using the black, but where else am I going to use the gray? It isn't that often that I have gray, although I do like gray. I don't have it that often that I can expect to use it pretty quick. And that skateboard, I am going to use it down there, but I'm going to cut it in half and put the other half back on my sheet. And when I put it back on the sheet, I try to remember to kind of tuck it below something. You can see that octagon piece there, and it's tucked below the pieces because otherwise they fall off once you put them back on. And so see, I'm tucking it under there, and it's catching on the back of the sticky stuff, but it comes out really good. I am using the powder tool to take the adhesive off the back of the Da-Bomb, D-A-B-O-M-B, and I'm trimming around it to get the white off, and I am going to put dimensional tape behind it and set it down there in that cluster. And I start to set it down, and then I notice that one piece that says this is what cool looks like. This is so small, and it's turned sideways vertically, as I thought, what is that? I haven't got the light on in here either. It slowly got dark while I was sitting here, and I was having a little difficulty reading it, but I wanted to scoot it down because it looked too high. It was showing too much white space on that tag, so I ended up covering up most of that tag, but I did move it down, and I had to cut off part of it. And now I'm deciding to put something up there in that big blank space right there. I don't mind it being some blank, but I like to put something in there. And normally on a girl's layout I'd use a doily. And since I have used doilies on boys' layouts, but if I can, I use this viewfinder thing instead, and I used vellum, and you can see the glue pretty good right there, but I'm going to rub it down, and then you're not going to see it hardly at all, and of course it turns clear after it dries, so you're not going to see it, and besides that, I'm going to cover it up. It's going to have too much on there to matter. I'm going to put 3 enamel dots, and then I'm going to put a camera later. It was like the first thing I decided I was going to put on the page, and I almost forgot to put it on here. But I do remember before the layout's over, and it does make it on there. But it's a really cute Polaroid. And it's a little bigger than some, too. I'm going to make a little cluster right there, and I'm cutting that in half. I am going to put vellum on it. So that's what I'm doing now, is getting a little scrap of vellum to put on there. But then I'm going to take the half that I cut off, and I'm going to put it over there above his head with the Too Cool, just to give it a little something else there and another layer. I don't do that while I'm doing the video, though. It's when I go back and after I'm done taking the pictures, so I had to turn around and take a couple of more pictures after I'd done it, so that it'd be on the pictures at the end. And yeah, I'm trimming the white off the camera. I don't know why I can't just stick them on the page. But I'll look at them and I'll think, man, if I just fussy cut it, I'll like it a lot better. And so I end up fussy cutting it. And I am going to use the powder tool on the back of it, and then the dimensional tape, and make it more dimensional. And of course I've got to put a few enamel dots up there before I cut that one part off. And I'm barely going to squeeze that little tiny one on the top, but it fit, so yeah, it stayed there. And I guess I just lay that on the table, because that's where I found it later. I did not do my job and put it back on the sticker sheet. Otherwise it would not have ended up on my layout. And there's my layout at the end, and that cute little gray star, and the little thing from the top. See, it's not on that one, but I did make sure I put a picture in here of what it is on. And there's the bomb. He's all lit up with new perspective. But if you leave a comment below, I'll be sure to respond. If you like the video, if you could hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you subscribe. And down below you will find all kinds of links to other gals that are sharing their kits this month, and you could just have a good old time getting inspiration. I love watching YouTube videos and getting inspiration from them, and I love hops and groups that get together like this, like the How to Kill a Kit with Style. And of course there's Mini Kit Monday. So there's plenty of ways to get inspiration on YouTube. But thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope you have a happy scrappy week. Bye.